A decent update has been rolled out today. It has been made easier to follow tournaments, to find games and to find players. Click watch on the side and go across to events and you can see a list of all of the ongoing and upcoming tournaments, courtesy of HLTV, which you'll be linked to if you click on any of them. You can also choose the tournaments you want to be notified about if there's a match being played live. And even if you don't do this, according to the patch notes, all players will be automatically notified about the most favourited events each month. This new page bridges the gap between the game and the community surrounding it. Must be part of Valve's plan to get people more invested in the pro side of things. The looking to play feature is a bit like dating, but for CSGO. You can broadcast that you're available for a game, or if you have a space in your lobby, you can fill it with a player from the list. There used to be something similar where nearby players could fill your lobby, but this was badly exploited recently, with people joining and injecting code and crashing games. So I think this update is Valve taking steps to make lobbies more private, unless you're actively looking for other players. There's nothing stopping you from letting matchmaking automatically find you teammates, but this does at least give you more control over who joins your lobby, so it's more your fault if you get it wrong. Players can no longer join lobbies that have been already entered into the matchmaking queue, because there's nothing more annoying than having a search for a game cancelled by someone you didn't even ask to join. Moving on to the game itself, the loss bonus has been capped. To understand why, let's go back in time. Back. In the olden days, if you lost, say, 10 rounds in a row, won the next, then lost again, you'd only get $1,400 starting round bonus. This resulted in one-sided games where the weaker team's economy was left in bloody tatters. This was changed earlier in the year, so it added $500 with each round you lost, and subtracted $500 for each you won. This way, even if you won a single round, your loss bonus for the next would remain higher than $1,400, instead of immediately plunging you back into poverty again. But they might have taken it a bit too far, because there wasn't a cap to how much loss bonus you were entitled to. Like, it never gave you more than $3,400, but if you had lost enough rounds in a row, then your loss bonus could have remained at that amount for the rest of the half, even if you had won several rounds in a row and shouldn't have been entitled to such a high loss bonus. So all they've done in this update is to cap the loss bonus at $3,400. It will drop down from this with each round that you win in a row. Exploits related to vote commands have also been fixed. If you know what this could have been, then please let me know in the comments section. It could have been a follow-up fix to the other lobby exploits that they addressed recently. I always like updates to the map editor. You know a problem has to be bad when they fix it here instead of botching the problem in the map where it's happening. There was apparently a bug that could result in large gaps near the edges of flat displacements. Could this be what's causing objects to fall through the floor? I hope so, because of all the bugs I get sent, this is the most common. If we see a load of maps getting updated but without any real changes to them anytime soon, then it could be from this. We will see. For now, only Sirocco and the 2 community maps have been updated, which I'll cover some other time. Dangerzone has had its last new features unlocked today. The drone pilot tablet is the big exciting one that everybody will jump to. It lets you take control of drones. You can summon one whenever you like by pressing the fire button. That's right, unlimited empty drones at your disposal. You can also take control of any other drone on the map, once they've dropped off their stuff. So don't use the drone pilot expecting to be able to steal deliveries before they're made. Not that it matters, this perk still has so much potential. When in control of a drone, you can fly about the map's surface. It highlights all nearby drops and players. You can pick up and drop items, though some of them can be tricky to reach. You can remain in this drone state for as long as you like. Just remember that while you're here, your player is vulnerable to attack. I tried flying it out of the map and it gets squished against an invisible wall and ends up flying up really high. I did wonder if this could be used to your advantage, but it's pretty easy to spot and vulnerable when flying this high, and it bugs out the moment you stop using it. You can't take control of a drone that's already been used by somebody else, but you can the moment they stop using it, which makes it a good check of whether a drone is being a spy or not. It also gives more use to the first tablet upgrade, since you won't need to be close to a drone in order to take control of it. When you've had enough of flying a drone, you can stop controlling it, or you can make it self-destruct, whereupon it will drop to the ground before bursting into fire like a Molotov. But with a larger area of effect, it seems. You'll be able to wreak havoc on other teams, punishing them for camping in spots. One of these fireballs is enough to kill people. It's enough to open the big weapon crates. It alone has 100 possibilities. The number of times this would have been useful in the endgame. Simply fly one over to reveal the enemy's position, then detonate into fire to force them out from wherever they are. Brilliant. The other new options are good too. You can get a helmet and vest, and while not being as exciting as the ballistic shield that was added last week, this will at least protect most of your character from all directions, and won't slow you down at all. and the last two options give you extra money. For every hex you stand in, you're awarded $100 after a 12-ish second countdown. Getting the bonus Explore doubles the reward to $200, and the bonus Wave ups the reward from surviving a wave from $750 up to $1,000. The question is, which is better? Well, it depends how far you're going to travel and how long you plan to stay alive for. There are 5 bonus waves, so that's up to $1,250 you're guaranteed if you live for long enough with the bonus wave. If you plan to cover at least 13 cells and to spend at least 12 seconds in each, then the bonus Explore is better. Both options will help you to reach the more exotic upgrades the end game has to offer. There are some other small changes to the game mode too. Choosing a taser isn't just for when you want to rush people immediately. It can now be used to break large weapon crates. This makes it the ideal choice for players who don't like scavenging. You simply pick up the taser, look on the map for the nearest large weapon crate, and you can get on with running about with one of the bigger weapons in the game. Drop shields now have a delay before they can be picked up. Here's how it compares before and after the update. Remember, you don't just have to choose from one of the starting perks. With a few exceptions, they can be bought as a drop mid-game, but they're not all priced the same. Some things, like the shield and armour, cost $500, while the drone pilot costs $1,000. The exo jump also costs $1,000, but does come with mines and a parachute as well, giving you more than had you just started the game with the exo jump perk. With the exo jump and pinging system, Dangerzone got closer to being like Apex Legends, but this update moves it further away again.
I killed the whole squad.
The drones really distinguish Dangerzone from the other games, and giving us control over them is Valve making the most of it. The drone pilot perk has the potential to be overpowered. I hope it is. I want to see the fun stuff that people come up with when using it. It's like adding a whole new dimension to an already feature-packed game mode. Other games may have set classes, but Dangerzone lets you pick and choose the perks that you want to play with, thanks to the money system. All of these items and unlocks allow you to customize how you intend to play, be it as a spy with the drones, a Quake player with the jump boots, or as a guy with a big gun who just likes to shoot people. It seems a shame that Dangerzone is seen just as a game mode for CSGO, because the love it's been given this year, it deserves to be more than that.